How are you all,
Yay!
first of all? Hey, oh, hey, Jess. How you doing? Hey, Clara. Hey, Chris. How are you all? We need to go to the live chat quickly and just say hello because some people have been waiting a long time for us to go live. So, hello to Simple Things. How you doing? We've got ESC Flair. We've got Oran. We've got Marianne Landman. Thank you. I've got something special coming up for you soon, Marianne. Donnie and Steve. Hey, Deep. Alexander Pagels. We've got Lee Fern. Jade Funky Coffin. We've got Sam Ravenbach. Hey, Olympic Song Contest. How you doing? Welcome back. Euroboy 4. Morton V. Hello to you all. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, and hello, Yusuf, as well. So, guys, we're here to talk about something very specific. And Jess, I'm going to go to you because you're like the fountain of all Eurovision knowledge. We had some exciting news from the BBC today regarding the UK's participation in Rotterdam. Tell us.
So, are you ready, guys? So the BBC have decided that they are going to scrap the national final. So we're having no national final for Rotterdam, but instead the broadcaster has kind of partnered with the record label BMG in order to kind of find our song and our singer for Eurovision next year, which is something totally new for the UK. And that's, in simple terms, what's happening.
So, just to add to that, so BMG will also be publishing the artist and the song as well as part of this partnership. And BMG have lots and lots of history when it comes to Eurovision. Clara, you know a lot about some of the artists that they've worked, including Eurovision artists.
Yeah, BMG has supported many artists from Eurovision, like Anouk, Loreen, Occidentalis Karma, Francesco Gavani. And it also has really renowned artists such as Avril Lavigne, Bruno Mars, even Aerosmith, all signed to their label, like also George Ezra, who could be really good Eurovision potential for the UK.
Could you imagine George Ezra at Eurovision for UK? But Chris, they've got some Eurovision links as well.
Yes, I believe Mons Elmelo was part of BMG as well and signed.
Oh, true.
And signed up with him. So if they can produce a winner with him, maybe they can produce a winner for the UK next year.
There's been so much hype online about this news, and only positive, which is good. I have to say that I'm very positive about this announcement. Let's just talk about quickly. Let's just say hello. We've got some more people. We've got Oliver Tribe. We've got George Makin, Jesse Kuiper in the Netherlands. Hello. We've got Bilal Baguette. I love that username. Bilal Baguette. You're saying you've changed your name, but what was it before? We've got Foxy Chick 40 in the live chat. Jade Funky Coffin. We've got Gareth Bowen. Hello to Wales. We've got ESC Matt Gaga. Hey Euro Towley, thank you for joining us. I think that's everyone. I'm sorry if I've missed you guys. We'd love to know in the live chat what you think about this announcement as well. But yeah, there has been lots of hype online about this, guys. It's all been very positive. Obviously, the BBC is going to go internal, but I think it's just really what we've been waiting for so long is a push from a record label. And BMG work with some of the biggest and the best songwriting teams in the world as well. And I think lots of people are talking about different artists. Like someone mentioned George Ezra before. I don't necessarily think this is about getting a big artist for the UK, but I think it's about getting a good song. And in my opinion, that's what we really need. Yes, we need a talented singer, but if we've got the right song, I don't really care if we've got a talented unknown that's going to sing it and deliver a great performance. I don't think we're going to get the George Ezras and the Adeles and, these huge UK artists because there's nothing in it for them. But Chris, I think the BBC has finally learned, would you say, and they're going for they haven't mentioned the word Eurovision song, and maybe that's been their kind of fallback over the past few years. They've looked for something for Eurovision, but they haven't said that that's what they're doing. They're just looking for a song with broad international appeal.
Yeah, and it's quite actually good that they're doing that for a change, because these days you haven't really got a typical Eurovision song. If you look at the previous winners, how different and how commercially successful and how commercially available to everyone these songs have been. And over the previous years, songs have been picked based on the names like Believe in Me and all that kind of stuff. And it's nice to see that the BBC have actually done a different tack this year, What's even more interesting, I find, with today's announcement, that it came completely unexpected. Nobody was expecting this news, and all of a sudden we had a post on Instagram and Twitter and this buzz, and I think it's a good sign for the BBC that they've released information so early in the season.
Yeah, we've got a question from ESC Flair who's asking, would the artists have to be with BMG? I don't think they have to be with BMG currently, but I think they will be published should they be chosen. So I think, Clara, I think BMG might use this as a chance to find a good new artist to sign, and then hopefully we'll have a long career after Eurovision, which in itself is quite exciting.
Yeah, indeed. It's also BMG has sister labels which also belong to BMG. So they in different countries. So the artist doesn't necessarily need to be signed right now with BMG, as you well said. And I think it's a good opportunity to bring a new artist to the market. And BMG is a really good support. It also has a lot of connections, a lot of as you mentioned, good songwriters, and because they are like almost dominant on the market, they are on the same level as Universal and other big record labels. So they really know. I think they would really know what they're doing.
Yusuf wants to know if we can finally get Leona Lewis.
That would be great.
I think it would be great at Eurovision.
Yes,
Oh, well, she's got to imagine her with a song like what was the song?
It's Our Time.
Yeah, or she did a cover of Run by Snow Patrol. Imagine a song like that sung by Leona Lewis. That would be amazing. Let's just talk a bit about You Decide, because obviously we're not seeing a return of the national selection. In your opinion, guys, the selection this year, where we ended up with Michael Rice, there was a lot of negativity about that, but it was the UK still trying to do something different, but maybe not different enough. And a lot of people were saying that the quality of the songs that the public had to choose from wasn't high.
I mean, I applaud the BBC for trying to do different things and trying to think of a different approach to Eurovision, because before You Decide sort of came to fruition, we had internal selections that weren't very successful for us. So they kind of...
Oh, I think we might have lost you a little bit.
Either. So now again, we've got another... Oh, okay. I'm just talking about changes. We've had many changes from internal selection to You Decide back to internal again. You Decide, I think they had kind of the right idea behind it by having a national final and letting the public choose the song and the singer. But I think the downfall was that the quality of songs was maybe not as strong as it could have been. And I think the main reason was because they were searching for that kind of perfect Eurovision song and not just a general kind of current pop song that would do well in the charts. And I think that was their downfall. So I'm excited that they've now, I kind of in a way feel like we're doing a Switzerland 2019. After many years of an unsuccessful national final, we're going all big with an internal. So we're probably going to see Latin pop in the top 5, which I'm happy with. So,
hey.
Sorry, I have to add that I did find very interesting. Someone's with a.
No, it's dogs.
Oh, it's dogs. Okay. I have to say that I found really interesting the idea of having the song sang twice by different artists and having the artists make it on their style. That was a really good, like, very interesting thing to watch.
We've got lots of comments in the live chat. So Donnie and Steve saying we should send Maruv.
Love that.
Oran, you're saying someone like Ella Henderson or Leona Lewis. So Leona Lewis's name has popped up a couple of times, and I think Sony do work with BMG as well. I'm sure there's some partnership there, and she was signed to Sony, I think. Alexander Pagel, send Blue again. I think Blue. I think that ship has sailed, Alexander, but they did a great job for the UK.
Yeah. They could send them on mute, and we could just enjoy them.
Stacey Solomon, is she BMG? I have no idea.
I have no idea, but she would certainly be an interesting choice.
George Macon, you're saying the BBC have finally taken it seriously. You know what's really impressed me about the BBC is, yes, maybe they haven't got it right over the past few years, but they're now showing that they have listened to what people are saying, and I think they deserve a lot of credit. I think they deserve a lot of credit for that. They deserve credit for trying different routes as well. You know, whether it might not have worked in the past, but you can't blame them for trying different things. And I think the will is there, and that's, as someone from the UK, it's great. You know, it makes me feel good about our participation now. Like, I'm really, really excited. As is ESC Matt Gargo, you're very positive. Bilal Baguette is saying that you were Croatian Euro nerd, so we know who you are. We know who you are now. Simple things, something like City Lights or Rhythm Inside vibes. Yes.
Oh, nice.
I think we're probably going to get something more like that rather than an X Factor style song. Hello to Deep as well. You're joining us in the live chat. Gareth Bowen is saying, will we know the artist by Christmas? I don't think so. There's not been any date revealed,
I mean,
has there? But I don't.
No.
I think they'll leave us waiting a little bit longer. I'd rather they take longer to choose and get the best. So I don't even care if they leave us like up until the deadline before they tell us who's going.
I
Donnie
think
and Steve, I just have to say, Donnie and Steve, you're having a laugh.
Maybe they've learned how to sing by now.
Hello to Karen's as well. You're happy the UK is going internal. We've got Jordan Chisholm as well. Oh, Kylie Minogue.
She's a BMG artist, actually.
Oh, imagine how the Australians would feel if she represented the UK.
That's high treason.
Well, one from Australia to the UK.
But her Australian passport would be retired.
Wow. Bilal Baguette. Shawn Mendes for Portugal. I think you're dreaming a little too hard.
Yeah. And Camila Cabello for Spain, no?
Hello to Serdian as well from Serbia. Let us know, Serdian, what you think about the BBC's news today. Foxy Chick, can we adopt Alexander Rybak? Well, he said that he might come back. Oh, guys, one of our friends in the live chat. Look who it is.
Hey, Euro guy.
Euro guy.
Hey, Euro guy. Hi.
Hey, Euro guy. Thank you so much for joining us. Guys, if you don't follow Euro guy on Twitter, you need to look him up and follow him on Twitter. He posts like the best Eurovision tweets, the best GIFs. We love him. He's a Eurovoxx friend, so make sure you do follow him. Jordan Chisholm. Oh, another good shout. Alexandra Burke. I don't know if you know who she is, Clara.
No.
You need to check out her song. What Alexandra Burke song would you recommend? Start Without You.
Which one?
Start Without You is a good one.
Bad Boys.
And
Hallelujah. Different kind of.
Yeah.
I will.
And she did an amazing version of Hallelujah.
Oh, wait, Katie Melua, or this Katie that you liked, Jess? She's also a BMG artist.
She's expressed interest before Katie Melua has as well, I believe. She has said she's wanted to do Eurovision in previous years.
Oh, she was actually performing in Tallinn like a few weeks ago, actually.
Starting the European promo tour already.
Serdian is asking, are there any interesting artists in the UK wanting to go to Eurovision? You get the same rumours, don't you guys, like every year, and these kind of unknown bands that start these little campaigns. I've not heard of anyone expressing an interest this year.
James Blunt usually does, and Robbie Williams, they've been in previous years saying they went to.
But like, are they for real?
Yeah, they've wanted to. They've seen our results, and they've said they want to do, they want to be able to represent the UK. So
both of them would be really amazing, actually.
ESC Flair says we'd love to see Birdie at Eurovision. Oh,
yeah, that would be great.
You know who Birdie is?
Birdie.
You don't know?
No.
There was a song called Wings, and it was featured in a advert.
Wings could fly.
Body Form.
Oh, you need to listen. If you don't know Wings by Birdie, you must listen to it. It's such a beautiful, beautiful song. I think probably one of my favourite songs of all time. It's just stunning. Olympic Song Contest. I have no idea who this is. Rue Paynes.
Never heard of him or
I
her.
know RuPaul, but Ru Pains, no.
Sounds like an illness. I need to look up and see who Ru Pains is. Oh, Paloma Faith as well, Bilal Baguette. She is someone who has been linked to Eurovision before, albeit a rumor. I think she said that she would do it, or she would like to do it. And Pixie Lott as well.
Oh, Pixie Lott could do a great show.
I mean, I think if the BBC kind of said, just for example, Paloma Faith or Pixie Lott, you know, when you represent us, and gave them full creative kind of output and let them be in charge of like everything, I reckon they would say yes, and they would put on something fantastic for us. Yeah.
Oh, Oliver Tribe, Lewis Capaldi, or Foxes. Well, Lewis Capaldi was actually mentioned in this announcement by the BBC, I think.
And Foxes is from BMG.
Orion is suggesting Birdie, Skinny Love. Oh, Wings as well. I don't know the other one. People Help People. I need to check that one out.
People helping people. Yeah.
Karen's. I don't know who Bella Voce.
Neither do I.
Bella Voce.
I don't know who that is. Simple Things is saying if we're successful, if UK is successful this year and for a few years, you reckon a big artist would do it? George Makin, Paloma Faith would be great. I think she would be good, actually. And can you imagine her like just representing the UK, because she's so much fun and a little bit crazy.
Yeah. But crazy in a good way, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interviewing her would be fun.
So just in summary, guys, if you're just joining us, the UK's made or the BBC has made an announcement about their participation in Rotterdam next year. They're going to be working with record label BMG, who are going to select a song and a singer. They work with huge and very well-known songwriting teams. They have lots of famous artists signed to their label. So they're going to go internal, and they're going to be choosing the UK's entry. So the UK means business, and we love it.
Yes.
And so do you guys in the live chat as well. Everyone seems really. I've not heard anyone say anything negative about this. Some people even saying, "Oh, UK will be in top 10 next year." I mean, we don't know the song, we don't know the singer.
Yeah.
The other thing that some people said, especially about Michael Rice's performance, was the staging. Maybe with having a big record label behind this, obviously they're going to publish the artist and the song, so they're going to want to make sure that it looks amazing on this worldwide stage that they're going to be performing on. So are we going to be seeing kind of top-notch staging as well from the UK? I mean, other countries like Australia, you know, did an amazing job in Tel Aviv this year. Imagine seeing something like that from the UK.
I think so, because now the BBC have partnered with BMG. If the staging is kind of really bad or very underwhelming, then that possibly could reflect badly on the record label. So I don't think they would want to bring that kind of negativity towards them. So I think they're going to show everyone, like, we mean business. We're here. We can do this for the UK. Like, watch us, watch this singer, and just kind of use it as an excuse maybe to kind of show off a little bit, but in a good way.
Yeah. George Makin says he's hoping this will change the stigma of Eurovision in the UK. Clara, I'm going to ask you, because you're not from the UK. Is there a perception in other Eurovision countries regarding the UK's participation, like they don't take it seriously enough, they don't try hard enough? How do people in other countries feel about the UK?
The most commented question is mostly like, being the UK such a good European export of music, because, you know, like, there's a lot of really good bands, and a lot of English rock, English pop is very popular in the European radios. How has the UK not brought such good quality to the contest? Why have they been so focused on finding the perfect Eurovision song when maybe they just have to be themselves, be like what we know about the UK?
So, you know, if this does change the perception of the UK's participation, you know, I, for one, will be absolutely over the moon. But not only whether it changes it around Europe, but Chris, if it changes the perception here, because the perception in the UK isn't always a good one in itself either.
No, it's quite disappointing to see, because I said you always seem to get that negativity, oh, it's just Eurovision, it's cheesy, and certainly when you see what other countries bring compared to what the UK have kind of brought, you think we kind of be missing out something, and maybe we can kind of just bring something new, bring something fresh. And with this record label, certainly we could do that. When we brought Blue, and then I think Blue was in the same year as Jedward, the viewing figures shot right up for the UK in regards to Eurovision. Everybody was watching it. So, if BBC and BMG provide a really good act that does well, or even gets a lot of airplay, I think people will start seeing maybe the Eurovision as something non-cheesy and something that's maybe they can be proud of, and it's actually really good music, which we all know it does anyway. But the general public, unfortunately, have fallen into the trap of thinking it's cheesy and it's corny, and it's not really.
Guys, let's say hello to Eurovision Buddies as well, who's joining us in the live chat. Thank you so much for joining us. You think it's a good move for the UK? BMG will want to be promoted as well. We also haven't spoken about European promotion of the song before the contest as well. Obviously, with the record label pushing the entry, which I think is really the first time that we've had record label involvement at this level, where they're actually going to kind of be responsible for everything, it sounds, including all of the promotion. Are we going to see some performances at the national finals? Are we going to have a song that's actually going to be hitting the radios in Europe before the contest? Because that would just be insane for the UK act.
I think the last time we had proper promotion, and I mean really good promotion, was when Jay Dewan represented the UK in 2009, and she had the backing of Sir Lloyd Andrew Webber, and she was in Greece, she was in Russia, she was in Ukraine, France, she was everywhere, and I think that helped the result. Anyway, I think BMG pushing promotion will help the UK result, because people will see this song more than just the once they would have seen it on the TV screens.
But even with Jay Dewan, I guess it wasn't really a radio song, so I don't know if it picked up airplay on the radios or the music channel in Europe. But with the right song, because I'm sure that in some countries they were already playing Duncan Laurence before Eurovision.
In Spain, for sure.
Yeah, so if the UK comes up with, or if BMG come up with something that is very modern, very commercial, something with an amazing video that can be played on the video channels as well, that will pick up airplay around Europe, they could really be onto a good thing. I think anyway. Serdian is asking a question: is the BBC going to give people a chance to vote for a song if there are a few of them prepared?
I mean, I'm sort of under the understanding that BMG and the BBC are just kind of work behind closed doors to find the song and the singer, and then it will just kind of be randomly announced at whatever time. But it would be quite interesting if there was like a few songs maybe released online, and then maybe people in the UK and even in Europe could sort of say which one they prefer. That could be interesting as well.
Oh, Jordan Chisholm. Last time the Netherlands hosted in '75, the UK won. I don't think that was the last time the Netherlands hosted. Did they host? Didn't they host in 1980?
No, I have no idea. My knowledge doesn't go that far.
I think they did actually, because Israel didn't want to host twice in a row.
Almost a good omen, Jordan. However, the UK has won when it's been hosted in the Netherlands, so it could still be a lucky omen for us. Someone in the live chat, I'm not even going to show your comment on the screen because you said bring back Electro Velvet.
But we can talk about how the internal selection has gone for the UK. When was the last time UK had an internal selection before this one?
So I think it was Electro Velvet.
Yes.
And before that, it was Jade.
Before that, it was Molly. And Molly was a good song.
I loved it actually.
And some people, strangely, I was actually playing some Eurovision songs to a friend the other day, who's not really a Eurovision fan. They watch it every year, and when they heard the Molly one, they said, "Oh, I really like this one." So Molly was a good song. I can't remember what it's called. Children of the Planet.
Of the Universe.
Children of the Universe. So Molly was a good song.
People. Okay.
Yeah, but maybe the staging was a bit. They didn't get the staging right with that, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree on that one.
I was you going to say something, Chris. Serdian is saying, "Oh, you'd love something experimental." Jesse Kuiper last time. Jesse Kuiper saying last time the Netherlands hosted, Johnny Logan won. So Oran, maybe it'll be an Irish win for you next year. Hello to Alexandros as well from Greece. Kalispera, Diganis. Let us know, how are you? So yeah, I mean, I'm feeling so positive, and like I said before, there's been no negativity about this. Everyone has been positive. It's almost like we've been waiting for the UK to do this for so long. I mean, Chris, when they announced Blue, I was very happy about that because I thought, we're going to get a good song. We did get a good song. We got a good band, and we got someone that was known. I think what I've learned as a British Eurovision fan is it's not all about the artist and whether they're known or not, because that doesn't pick up votes. People around Europe didn't really know who Duncan Laurence was.
Yeah, that was interesting because in previous years they sent a Nook, and she was well known in the Netherlands. And before the song was released, Duncan Lawrence's song was released this year, people were like, "Oh, nobody knows him," and they kind of dismissed him. And then as soon as that song was released, everybody went crazy, and it kind of we knew he was going to win straight away. So it's not about the artist; it's just about the song and the hype. And I think already the UK have got a bit of a hype this year with this announcement. So
yeah, and Clara.
And also, it shows that the song doesn't need to be brilliantly over the top stage to pick up the votes, because if something Duncan Laurence had that was very different to the rest of the contestants this year was a very, very simple staging.
Yeah, and it's we're saying, I mean, Duncan Laurence wasn't known outside of the Netherlands, so we don't need an Adele. We don't need who's I'm showing my age. I don't even know who's like really famous anymore. Like who's Lewis Capaldi, George Ezra, some of the people that you mentioned before. We just need a good singer with a fantastic song, pushed from a record label, and that seems like exactly what we're going to get next year.
Nice. I'm excited. I'm actually really excited about it.
So am I. Someone. Oh, Jordan is saying, imagine a Fuego type song, big pop banger.
Wow.
Something current in the charts.
It could be like a Touch My Fire Part 2.
I was thinking exactly that.
Ooh, something like ethnic, something that just like shows the many cultures of the UK as well would be fantastic. Imagine like a Bangra tune.
That would be so cool.
Oh, that would be so cool. Actually,
we could have a song sung in like Welsh or Scottish or something.
Yeah, like a Welsh rap.
Oh my god, that would be amazing. A Welsh rap.
I can't see that happening one day. We can dream.
Eurovision buddies, you're saying you don't think it'll be a well-known artist, but you think if they're a young act with potential and a unique, up-to-date song, the UK could end up on the left side of the border. Are we getting ahead of ourselves? Because, being on the left side is like our dream. But now I want to be I want to be top 10. I think that my dream has changed now. Now that we've got this big push from a record label, I want to be top 10. I won't even be happy with left-hand side if we have a great song.
Dare to dream.
I mean, potentially with this announcement, it could have the potential to kind of go the way the Netherlands did, where they kind of, with a nuke that started their trend of good results, fast forward a couple of years and they've won. So could be something similar maybe.
Oh, is it finally I really
it's your time. It's your time.
Oh, is it going to be our turn? I mean, we have to talk about the countries that have changed their fortunes. Netherlands, obviously, Belgium. Everyone seems to go through like a patch where really bad results and they have some really good results. And, I'm quite happy to have a 2-3 year patch with some good results, and then we go back to being rubbish again. I just want to feel I really want to properly be cheering on my country because I think they've got the best chance of doing well. That would be amazing as a British fan. So Yeah, let's hope we can change our fortune. Switzerland as well, with Luca Hani, they've turned it around, and the interest now. I think they've had like 500 and something songs that have been submitted for Switzerland this year. So it can only be good, I think. Donnie and Steve, you're saying there's a Scottish band that covered "Walls of the Sea" from Latvia, and it is great.
Oh, please direct us there.
I would love to hear that.
Oh wow! Morton is saying we don't need to win. Top 10 will be a win in itself. Top 10 would be amazing. Ben Enty, you're looking for a win though. Wow, good for you. Good for you. Sergian,
obviously we don't. Oh,
go on.
Obviously we don't have to win, but it would be amazing to win, and I want us to win.
It's
and
taking part.
Yeah, I think
that's true.
If we won next year, I think I will literally die.
Me too.
There'll be no Eurovoxx anymore. So, guys, if you want Eurovoxx, I actually can't imagine what it would be like to be there watching the UK. I feel like I'm leaving you out, Clara, but you're virtually a Brit anyway. Imagine if Spain won next year. Spain, UK top 2.
I don't think that's ever going to happen, considering what we're doing lately in Spain.
Can you imagine that if we're there watching the final and it's literally we're waiting for Spain and the UK to see who's...
We will still be friends if that happens.
Oh my gosh. And someone did say, what about Maruv for the UK?
Okay, let's adopt her. Yes.
Well, at least she'd be a popular choice.
Yeah, but then again, there's so many British artists and so many good ones that I think maybe Maruv should come to Spain to represent Spain.
No, to the UK. We said it here first. UK Maruv, Clara. So sorry, you're a bit too late. Alexander Pagel's Iron Maiden. Are they still around?
Yes, they are, and they are. Actually, I do think they are BMG artists.
We could even get someone that's not British. We could get like a European artist.
Aerosmith is a BMG artist, and good Charlotte.
We could get someone from like a European artist from a non-UK country. Oh, guys, we've got someone that disagrees with the BBC move. I think you're the first person, Lewis Condy. You think the problem isn't the format; it's the songs themselves. If we look at the best results, all have been written by artists, apart from Lucy Jones. Well, we might get an artist. We might get a singer-songwriter this year.
I mean,
send Ed Sheeran. He would never go.
I mean, I think in the past couple of years, I think it's fair to say we haven't had the strongest songs in Eurovision. And I think that's been our main downfall in Eurovision. So even with this announcement, yes, it's possible that, again, we might not get a very strong song. But I don't see that happening. I mean, anything is possible, yes. But I think when you're working with a record label, you have online, they're not just going to send us any old tat. They're going to send us something good. So I can see where you're coming from, but I kind of disagree.
Yes, I just want to say, I'm not laughing at you. I just have to put this comment right here. Yes. Oh my God.
Today has the moves.
Oh, she has. She's got the robot moves. You remember?
She's in there.
Imagine her in leather with a whip. Oh no, I don't want to.
No.
No.
Guys, I love some of these ideas you're coming up with. Verka, bring Verka back for the UK, said Serdian. Morton V says an artist, Owl City. I've heard of Owl City, I think.
Oh yeah, but I thought they were Canadian.
They sang that song.
I'd wait to make myself believe the planet Earth turns slowly.
And then they did that collaboration with
Kylie Rae Jepsen. Kylie Rae Jepsen. It's always a good time.
Someone earlier in the live chat said, "Why don't we all participate for the UK as a quartet?" This is the reason why. Fatboy
In fact,
Slim.
But if we were,
Fatboy Slim is also a
but if
BMG
we were,
artist.
God, yes.
we need a name for ourselves though. So comment down below
Eurovoxx.
what we should call our band and what type of song we should sing.
How about Last? But yeah, it's been great to hear some of the suggestions. I have to say the one that came up most tonight was Leona Lewis. Interestingly, quite a few of you suggesting Leona Lewis. Oh, a question for you, Jess. Did you see the real live version of Armenia 2019?
I saw a live version. I presume it was the live version.
I think you saw the winning reprise.
Yeah,
I think
but I
maybe
didn't
that's...
see the actual performance. But I like what I saw and heard.
Oh, Foxy Chick, yes, the Vox Pops.
Woo!
Love
I
it.
like that.
I like it.
And I like your name, Foxy Chick.
Lewis Conde, you've been listening to Rain. I think I know this woman. She was on the X Factor and she wasn't going to get put through. And Cheryl Cole didn't like her, from what I can remember. But you think she'd be good for Eurovision? I don't think she's likable. Like, I don't think the personality is right for Eurovision. She's a great artist. I'm just not sure how she would come across. But yes, Lewis, I like this suggestion. Stormzy, yes. That would be amazing. Sam Bailey says Ben Enty. I think that was another X Factor. I don't think we're going to get a former X Factor participant. I think we're going to get someone new and fresh, someone new to mainstream UK music, but someone with something unique to offer. Hopefully, ESC Flair, Freya Ridings is coming up. Olympic Song Contest. You've been watching too much YouTube. Honey G and Katie Price. We want to do well.
I know Katie Price is. This is the saddest part.
And she can't sing. I actually think Vox Pops would be better than Katie Price. Ben Enty says Sam Smith. I don't think they would ever do it. But I'm sure, I don't think Sam Smith would ever do it.
I think maybe in a couple of years, if Rotterdam 2020 goes successful for us.
I just read the comment. Sorry.
And then it sparks a kind of continuation of good results. Then maybe we might see some involvement of some bigger stars, maybe. But I think we have to do better first in order for that to happen.
Oh, Alexandros, I would literally die because Coldplay are one of my favorite bands ever of all time. I've seen them live. I freaking love them. So I would love to see Coldplay at Eurovision, but it's never going to happen.
But I like your
Coldplay are one of my least favorite bands ever.
Jess, shush.
Can I have your passport, please? But Alexandros, I really like your previous comment to that, Darude.
Oh yeah. I think Darude ship has sailed as well. Let's have a look. Euro Boy says the UK should do really well this year. We really hope so. Oh, Stuart Ainsworth, hello to you in the live chat as well. Oh, this collaboration would be insane. Jonas Blue, Calvin Harris, or Signals. That'd be amazing.
I'd like to look at Calvin Harris. Yeah.
See, actually, that could be a good idea if we had this kind of new unknown artist, but then had them collaborate with a big UK DJ and just brought a dance bank to Rotterdam. I mean, what could go wrong?
Oh, Olympic Song Contest. You watch too much UK stuff on TV. Send in Miranda. Those of you that don't know, that maybe not from the UK, Miranda's like a comedy in the UK. Clara, have you seen Miranda?
No, Miranda, I haven't seen Clara.
Oh yes, Jordan Chisholm, Jonas Blue, and Rita Ora.
Ooh, yeah.
Love it. Tokyo Myers. Oh, didn't Tokyo Myers win Britain's Got Talent?
I have no idea.
He was like a pianist. He played the piano, I think.
Oh, yeah, he was really good.
I don't know who Gareth Emery is, but I'm going to have to look him up. Yes, Dua Lipa.
Yep.
Imagine. Ah, Dua Lipa and Rita Ora collab.
Wow. with Bebe Rexha, and then all
And
the
you need a
Albanian,
Malici.
and you need a Malici, and all the Albanian power. Yes.
The Albanian girls.
The Albanian Spice Girls.
Oh, Kenneth says, what do we think would happen if this doesn't work out?
I think they give it another go.
Question.
I think the BBC will give it another go.
I think they'll stick with this for a few years. I think, how do you define not working out as well? Because I think the UK, the BBC are taking a step back from this, really. They're passing it over to BMG to handle everything. That's what it seems to me. I think they're going to be in charge of the staging. I think they're literally going to have free reign to push this act and this artist. So I don't think the BBC would then suddenly say, oh, we'll do an internal selection if it doesn't work out. But it depends what you define, because for BMG, it might be a chart hit. It might be an album for this new artist that they're going to publish. That might be a success for them, even if they don't come top 10 in Eurovision. So I think the result in Rotterdam might not necessarily mean that the venture for BMG and the artist won't be a successful one. Does that make sense?
It does.
So I think we'll probably stick with this format for a few years, at least, until we get a string of bad results, and then everyone says, give us our say, let us choose the song, and we'll just go around in the same vicious circle again, maybe. But I don't know. It'll be exciting. It'll be exciting to see. Ozzy Osbourne, Donnie and Steve, you're coming up with some great suggestions.
Yes.
Sharon. Oh, I don't even know if he can sing these days, can he?
Well, he just has to recite to believe what he's saying, like with a lot of passion.
Yes, Anne-Marie would be amazing. I love some of the comments that you guys are coming up with. But guys, that's really it. So if you haven't been with us all night, we're just talking about the BBC making an announcement today that BMG, the record label, will be choosing the artist and the song for the UK for Rotterdam 2020. They've got history of working with Eurovision artists. Mons, Zelma Löw, Netta were both, I think, published by BMG. Francesco Gabani as well, I think, maybe. But they also have huge artists on their books as well. Not that we're expecting a huge famous artist for the UK, but I think the most positive thing for me is that they're going to be looking for a good current song that they can push outside of the contest, which is what we've been crying out for some time. So thank you so much to well, you guys, first of all, my Eurovision fam, and then the fam in the live chat. Thank you so much for all your suggestions, guys. Before we go on, if you haven't subscribed to Eurovoxx, make sure you subscribe. You know what to do. The button's down there somewhere. Also, make sure you go and give us a like on Facebook. Some of you say you don't always get the notifications, so we do try and post when we're doing a live video on our Facebook page, on our Twitter, and on our Instagram. So make sure you do go and follow us there. And I think that's it. Otherwise, we'll all be back very, very soon, guys. So until next time, see ya.
Bye.
Bye.